guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to give you a few tips on how to furnish your small home or small room. So we are a family of 5 and we live in a small home, and there are a few things that we put into consideration when we were purchasing our furniture for our home. So I'm going to kind of share with you a few tips, and then I'm going to give you a few examples of furniture that we've chose to use in our home and the reasons why. So the first thing that you need to do when you are furnishing any home really is to kind of look at your space and get an idea of how you want your space to function and what your needs are for that space. That way you have a foundation to work on. You know what pieces of furniture you need to look for and shop for and that sort of thing. Also, if you have a small space, I suggest staying away from big, bulky, furniture. You don't want your space to be taken up by this big furniture. You still want your space to feel as roomy as possible. And by buying big pieces of furniture, you're only going to make your room feel smaller. So definitely take the size of your room into consideration when you're purchasing furniture. Stay away from those big pieces of furniture and, try to shop on the smaller size. So I'm going to show you, like I said, my living room, and I'm going to show you a few pieces of furniture that we have chose that do like double duty. So it does function as, one piece of furniture, but it can also be used in another way. So trying to find furniture that might function in two ways is also a great way to really utilize your space. So that way you're not taking up even more room by buying, let's say a coffee table and then storage bins, or, a storage bench and then a large chair. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about so that way you can get a better idea. But basically just take the size of your room in consideration, how you want it to function, what you need to store in that room and keep in that room, and just keep the size of the furniture on a smaller scale. So that way you're not just making the room feel smaller with the larger pieces of furniture, if that makes sense. So I'm going to take you into my living room now and show you kind of how we have set it up and the pieces of furniture that we chose to use. Now I will add that when we bought our house, we did not have a huge budget to work on at all. So you don't have to spend a fortune to make a room look nice and to function. So I'm going to show you my living room, and I hope you enjoy. Okay guys, so here is an overlook at our living room. As you can see, it is not huge. And we really wanted this space to function as a family room, a place where we could all come together and spend time together as a family, watch TV. The kids could play with their toys. We could play board games and do puzzles and just have some good family time. So I knew that we needed to find, some seating options. We chose a smaller size couch, again, just so that way it doesn't take up a large portion of the room. We did have also this recliner that my husband, he had to have a recliner, so we did that for him. And then over here I want to show you, this was one of the furniture options that we chose that, like I said, it kind of does double duty. So we knew we needed a little bit additional seating because when we have friends over or company over, we wanted a little bit more room for seating. So this here is a storage ottoman, and it is great. We just put a couple of throw pillows on, and you can use it as additional seating. You can easily fit 2 people on here. And then it also serves as a storage unit. So we keep our board games and puzzles, throw blankets, all of that sort of thing right inside of there. So instead of finding, additional seating and then a storage unit, this serves as both. Again, same thing with our coffee table. We knew we wanted a coffee table, but we also needed a little bit more storage room. So we found this coffee table. It was just really cheap at IKEA, and we liked it because it did have the shelf, so we could stick a few storage bins underneath, and we keep our magazines and just extra remotes and that sort of thing in this one. And again, we're not having to find a coffee table and then a storage unit. This all serves as one And then over here, our toy storage. We knew we wanted toys in the living room for the kids, but we didn't really want to find like a big toy box that, you know, stuck out like a sore thumb. So again, this just came from IKEA, and it is a storage shelf that I absolutely love. It's one of my favorite things to store toys on because it is functional, it keeps the toys separated and organized, but it doesn't really stand out as being like a toy box. It does kind of tie into our decor as well. So, you know, on a budget, we definitely tied this room together, and it is functioning really, really well for our family. Okay, I also wanted to take you into my dining room real quick. Now, this is the room that you walk into when you first enter our home. So we, again, knew we wanted it to be used as a dining room because eating as a family is very important to us. However, we did not want a huge table that just took up the entire room. So this table, it's actually really sentimental to us also because this is a table that I grew up eating on. My parents bought it the year that I was born, so I, you know, ate on this table throughout my entire childhood. My husband even has great memories at this table when he first met our family, and this is a perfect size for the room because it does function, it does fit our entire family, but it's not too big where it's going to take up the entire space. These chairs, we actually found these chairs at a yard sale for $30 for all 6. So it was $30 for 6 chairs. You really cannot go wrong with that. Are they the type of chair that I would absolutely love and that is totally my style? No, not necessarily. But again, I really like them because they're low profile. So if we had the high back chairs, it would just make this room feel so small. But by having the low profile chairs, it really opens up this space and makes it feel a lot bigger than it actually is. Okay guys, so those were a few examples of how we furnished our small home and the furniture that we decided to have in our small space. So remember, when you are furnishing your small home or small room, to first think of the overall function of your room. How do you want your space to function? Second, remember when you're shopping for furniture to keep the size into consideration. You don't want to buy the big bulky pieces. Try to keep the size on a smaller scale. And also try to find furniture that has more than one function. So you're saving room by having a piece of furniture that functions as 2 pieces of furniture. So I hope that this was helpful, and if you guys have some helpful tips or hints on how to furnish a small house or a room, I would love to hear them. I'm always looking for new ideas and inspiration, so definitely leave your comments below, and thanks so much for watching.